of the century.
Yes, to land this Mr. Walter Gretzky. How are you, sir?
Oh, I'm fine. I'm still standing beside you.
Wow. Take two. I'll just go ahead and pinch me. Go on now.
They're craft when 48-foot wooden schooners, the traditional kind.
Hi, I'm Stephanie Beaumont. Welcome to See and Be Seen, the show that celebrates all the people, places, and things that make the four Atlantic provinces so very special. From Nova Scotia to New Brunswick, Prince Edward Island to Newfoundland and Labrador, we take you to where the action is. And that's why we're at Peggy's Cove. Of course, you might know it better as Haven, Maine.
For the past 4 years, the South Shore of Nova Scotia has played the role of the troubled town. The Syfy original drama based on Stephen King's Colorado Kid has filmed everywhere from Lunenburg to here in Peggy's Cove and all spots in between, including Hubbard's, Nova Scotia, where the cast and crew find themselves today for this last day of filming for Season 4. In the next half hour, we'll take you to some of the cool spots used in the series, give you some inside scoop, dole out some free stuff, and chat with the stars of this worldwide hit. So let's get things going with a lawman who's made it his life's work to keep the troubles at bay. Oh, he may not have the ability to feel touch, but his role in the series has touched us all.
Leg worker. Where's the funeral?
Ladies and gentlemen, Lucas Bryant.
Hello.
How are you?
Good. How are you?
Well,
Hi.
I'm fine. You know, you're taller in person.
I'm just there's a little bump here that I'm standing on. It's a movie magic trick.
I wonder, they don't put Emily on a crate, do they?
Well,
Ever?
sometimes no, they don't.
They
no,
don't.
she's big. She's a big girl.
She is not big. And
they-
you know, here's the thing.
I mean, I'm in tall, like a tall girl. Tall enough.
She's actually not. Is she? What is she, like 5'6"?
She's 4'3".
4'3".
Which is
Magic
pretty-
of television.
yeah.
Now listen, and the reason we bring up Emily now is we are on the set of the finale,
Yeah.
and we can't talk to her today. Why is that?
Oh, she's actually really difficult. She doesn't. No, she. I mean, she won't talk to me when we don't have lines written for each other.
Here in Canada, we haven't seen anything, but
Right.
we know she comes as Lexi. By the end of the season, who is she? Go.
She is a hybrid of I can't tell you. I mean, I could tell you, but you wouldn't want to know because
Do you
want
know?
to-
Let me ask you this. As a character, do you know who she is by the finale?
Yes. I mean,
Do you still love her?
is that even a question that deserves an answer?
True. I mean,
Do I still? Does the Pope go to the bathroom in the? Does?
Is
yes,
that the phrase?
Nathan. I think so.
He's
The
still-
woods. The
the
Pope
woods.
goes in the woods.
I don't think it's
doesn't
the Pope. It's a bear.
he? No, I think it's something about the bear's religion.
Lucas.
Yeah.
Tell me this. This is like your 4th season here in Nova Scotia.
Yeah.
Now, you're a Canadian fella.
I am.
But you're on the East Coast now.
Yes.
Take me through that as a summer excursion, or what is it like to you? How does it feel to be here?
As an experience for me,
Yes,
personally.
personally.
I mean, look over there; it's gorgeous. I grew up in a little town in Ontario, so this feels somewhat familiar to me. Obviously, it's hugely different. This is nothing like Ontario. It's way better, but the small town life
Vibe,
is
yeah.
something I know. So I wasn't as freaked out as, say, Mr. Eric Balfour was initially upon landing here, and he's like, "What? How do people?"
But people leave you alone. Like, I wondered about that too. Are you traveling still with a certain anonymity, or are you just signing autographs? Is there a paparazzi that follows you? How do you live your life here now?
I'm a pretty massive star, so it's difficult. Like, you've seen me out there with the mustache and the glasses on.
Yes.
Yeah.
Some would say that's extreme.
It's a little extreme, but it makes me feel bigger than I am. No, yes, people have been amazing. People leave me alone. I think Canadians in general are, pretty down to earth,
Yeah.
cool people. So
Yeah.
they are themselves, and and especially these communities are like totally easygoing, hugely welcoming, and we have kind of just been integrated into the world, you know.
Yeah.
So
we feel like you're part of the family now.
well, thank you.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's true.
And
And we love having you here. I should really say that because your crews are awesome.
Yep.
Hey, they roll in, they do what they got to do, they leave, and everything looks perfect.
Oh, that's good.
It's true.
That's
Sometimes
good.
better.
Yeah.
Just for the beauty that
Right.
comes along with the cast and the crew. So much of your acting is to nothing. Right?
Mm-hmm.
And I mean that, like, I think of the last finale, and you were looking at nothing.
Nothing.
And the emotion in your face. How do you do it?
Oh,
Audrey.
thank you.
No, I'm serious. Like, that's a real skill. Because
I'm-
that's all CGI and post-production and...
I'm just blown away at my level of talent on a daily basis. It's
true,
shocking.
though.
It is shocking. No. I mean, okay, acting with nothing. So I get, you know, a lot of it's CGI, a lot of
Right.
it's green screen,
Yes.
sure. You know, and then even I'll do like an intimate scene with Emily or with Eric, you know, nothing. They are giving me nothing. It is like acting in a vacuum. And I've just
Thank God they
learned,
have you.
I think, from being given nothing for so long that I have to have a strong inner life and
just go there.
and let it out.
Right.
Yeah.
Do you feel anything now?
In my real life?
No, I know. Well, I don't know.
No.
By the end of season 4, are you feeling things or?
Yeah, I'm by the end of season 4. Okay, let's just put it this way. Nathan feels a lot in season 4.
Really?
Yeah. I'm not going to say how, why, whether it's emotional, physical, or spiritual. It's combinations of all the above.
Oh, this is getting good.
There's a lot of feeling.
Ladies and gentlemen, Lucas Bryant.
Thank you very much.
You're amazing.
You're amazing. Thank you.
Amazing, too, is the relationship between Nathan and Audrey. You gotta know Mr. Bryant was putting us on about acting with Emily Rose. I mean, look at that chemistry. Of course, it's hard to hide the heat between Audrey and Duke when you think about it. It seems everyone's got an opinion on the matchups in Haven, but one thing that's a fact, the height of the Haven stars. And to set the record straight, Emily Rose is 5'4" of fabulous. And since we're talking tall, coming up on CNBC, Haven's tallest guest star yet. We'll chat with Heavy and his sidekick Sinister in just a bit. Plus a fella that falls into the just right category, that's Colin Ferguson. But first, a guy who came on the scene to clean things up back in season 2 and did so well, he's become a fixture. Former WWE star Edge, aka Dwight Hendrickson, better known in the real world as the awesome Adam Copeland, who, just so you know, stands 6'5" tall.
Here's what I just want to say. He won't frisk me. And I asked him to, but he won't.
You know, I could get arrested for that once the cameras stop rolling.
That's an awkward start. But people are out there going to be like, why didn't you ask Adam to frisk you? Okay, now, I also want to say I love the clean-cut Dwight. Because remember when you came on first?
Yeah, I was a hairy beast. I was a bit of a caveman, which is how I made my living for a long time, was to look like a caveman.
Right.
Yeah, I kept the beard, though.
You look great.
I had to keep some furriness.
And now bulletproof.
Well, for the most part. we haven't tested the theory on how my head would actually do with it, but at least here.
Yeah, you're all right there. Okay, and now talk to us about this world that you're living in, because I know you've come from the big show, if you will, and you've been on 3 seasons now in Haven. What's it like?
Well, there's similarities to what I used to do, but then
Is that true?
There is.
Yeah.
I mean, you're still performing. You're still in front of a camera. The differences lie in the fact that you don't have the instant gratification to know whether something worked or not necessarily. You can get some feedback, but there's a difference between being on a crew of, I don't know, maybe there's 100 of us, and a difference in 20,000 people yelling.
And that energy.
Yeah, and that adrenaline shot to the heart kind of thing. But you're still performing, and now the cameras are closer and they pick up more, as opposed to more cameras, like let's say about 8, but they're a long distance away. So it just kind of getting used to the different medium, I guess.
Right.
That you know.
Well, I know your fans have followed you to Haven because I watch you on Twitter, and I mean, you put out one little, "Hi, I'm doing this," and people are like retweeting, and what's that like? Because that's a
Yeah, I never. I was fighting the Twitter thing, kicking and screaming for a while.
man. When you came on board, I've never seen more followers in a heartbeat.
it happened pretty quick.
Yeah.
You know, I started. You know, I was in Philadelphia, and I started by the next morning, I think it was like 100,000.
That's
So,
nuts.
and then
You're beloved.
I found myself enjoying it. I was like, this is kind of fun. It's fun to kind of, you know, poke fun at some and have fun with others.
Right.
And I think they expect that too. I think my fans expect, you know, the former persona and even Dwight to have a little tongue-in-cheek fun with them.
Right. Well, that's awesome. Okay, and now just always gotta go. Okay. Thanks. Appreciate it. And just like that, he was called back to set. Well, we'll always have those 2 minutes and 35 seconds. And over on the site, I've got his favorite 4. You can find Mr. Copeland's fun feature along with a lot of the other Haven cast. Lucas Bryant is there along with Vanessa Antoine from season 2 and season 3 guest stars Bree Williamson, Dorian Mizik, and the lovely lady we call Jordan. That's Kate Kelton. She's back for season 4. We've got her favorite 4. And you'll also find Nova Scotia's Craig Olejnik in the favorite 4 feature. The star of The Listener spent his summer vacation in Haven, and you can look for his handsome mug when he appears in episode 408, Crush. Coming up after the break, we'll take you on a tour of the Haven Hood, hook up with 3 new faces this season, and sit down for a chat with one of the Troubled Town's long-standing residents. All that and free stuff too. We'll be right back.
There are 2 different havens. There's the one that's right beneath the surface, and then there's the one right underneath that.
Sounds like every town.
From the minute Audrey and Nathan walked the foggy streets of Haven, you had to know we were in for a very cool show. And while I love the characters and the storylines, it's beyond awesome to see Nova Scotia playing such an integral part in the production. While the series is set in one troubled town, it really features many communities along the South Shore. I mean, those shots from episode 101 and these from 401, that's Lunenburg. But the gazebo used in everything from A Tale of Two Audreys to Reunion, that's in Chester. You'll also find the unique-looking boathouse used in episode 105, Ball and Chain, in Chester, too. But those lighthouse rocks where Duke almost aged to death in the same episode, that's Peggy's Cove. We featured Duke's spot, the Grey Gull, on CNBC before, so you may remember that's in Northwest Cove along the Aspetuggin Peninsula.
I love that everywhere you look along the South Shore, you can see a shot or a building or an angle that's been used in Haven. And probably no place used more often than that one. That right there, that's the town hall of Lunenburg, but we know it as Haven PD.
The Haven Herald is back in Chester. That's also where you'll find the inside of Audrey's apartment in the Haven PD. Truth be told, there's sets inside the local curling club. Cool, right? And in an ironic twist, you'll also find Lucy Ripley's house in Chester, even though Audrey was supposed to have left Haven to visit her.
And another spot along the lighthouse route, just as you head into Chester around Robinson's Corner, the barn.
Whoa, we're not finished. We need to get a tighter shot.
That's the barn. Let's get out of here.
That's Dixie's, aka the East Chester Community Center. And just a little ways past, how about that spot? Remember, that's Dave and Vince's fishing camp where the bolt gun killer held them hostage. Another beautiful community used a lot is Mahone Bay. I mean, we saw it over and over and over again in Audrey Parker's Day Off, remember?
I'm just having deja vu.
You lived this day before. You're stuck in my second favorite Bill Murray movie.
It's called the Lighthouse Route, but it could be renamed the Haven Route. Take a spin when you can and discover Haven for yourself. Well, now it's back to Hubbard's, the site of the Revs Church, and also the set for the finale to season 4. Time to catch up with 2 of Haven's newest stars, Kyle Mitchell and Robert Maillett, aka Sinister and Heavy.
How did it happen? Was it in the casting room? Did they go, these 2 look magical together?
Well, it's like twins, Schwarzenegger and DeVito, I think. I think they're maybe, no, I don't know. I think just the
it's pretty extreme.
The extremes.
Yeah.
How funny and how unusual it looks on camera. The height difference.
Yeah.
It's kind of
I like
very
it. It works.
interesting.
It
Very
works for
interesting.
me.
Yeah.
Now, but evil.
Yeah, not very nice.
No.
Generally just bad people.
Bad.
Bad.
You wouldn't want
Are
to
you troubled?
I got a hip thing that I'm dealing with, but I don't know if that's a trouble.
Are you troubled or are you just trouble?
We're just trouble.
Okay. So now, without giving too much away, you're in the finale, and you're very close to the beginning of the show. Are you popping up all the time? Are you just like the nemesis of the season? What can you tell us?
Well, we are. Yeah, we do pop up from throughout the season, and we do evil things.
Evil things.
Pretty bad things.
Pretty bad.
Things I don't do at home.
No, well, fair enough. I mean, and now, are you sworn to secrecy? Do you have to write some sort of oath that we won't say anything? Like, how does it work?
I gave blood, did you? My firstborn child. It's bad news if I talk.
The only other thing now, because I know once people see you, they're going to fall in love with the two of you. Will you be back in season 5? Can you tell me that?
Hopefully.
I hope.
Oh. Is that a spoiler?
You never know. It's not a spoiler. It's just.
Well, we can hope.
I know Miley Cyrus is coming back. She'll be here, so that's something to look forward to. She's very troubled. It's not good.
From sinister and heavy to what I'm imagining is our saving grace. For 5 seasons, Montreal-born Colin Ferguson played Jack Carter on the Syfy original series Eureka. If you watched it, you know the man is used to quirky towns. Time to get the scoop on how he's handling life in Haven.
The new guy on the block, eh?
Yes. I play William in Haven.
And William, it's like Cher. We don't know anything else but William.
Yeah, sadly, neither did I. They just told me William. There's no last name. There's no nothing. I mean, we've shot the whole season at this point, so
Yeah.
I know everything. But
Dun, 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 dun. Here's what I think. Now, because Canada, right? Don't know.
Right.
We haven't seen it. Not till December 1st. A good guy.
I think so.
Because Colin Ferguson screams, good guy, hero,
That's what I scream
save Haven.
daily from the roof. Good guy! Then I go back inside, get breakfast.
Okay, Colin Ferguson, at CNBC we celebrate the 4 Atlantic provinces, so we love that you are here in Nova Scotia. Tell me what this has been like, just shooting Haven here.
Well, it's been awesome. I love to, for those who don't know anything about me, I love to travel. I love to go places. And the best thing about my job is that I not only get to go places, but I get to live there for a while.
Yeah.
Like, a summer and whatnot. And I've been to Nova Scotia, many, many times. But to actually live here for a bit in Chester, which is where we shoot.
Have you been paid for your previous trips?
No, not so much. Sometimes, but,
That was not that kind of show.
Well, yeah.
So have you worked here before?
No, I haven't worked here before,
Okay.
but I dated a girl from Nova Scotia, so I ended up.
Want to drop a name? Because we
no,
need to
I
go
really
viral.
Don't. No, I really don't want to.
Really? All right.
But it was all like the Chebucto Peninsula and Halifax and all that jazz. So, and I've shot a couple things here in the past.
Yeah.
But to be here over summer, with like the wind-shaped trees and the rocks on the shore, it's a beautiful, beautiful place to shoot.
Right. Okay, very good. Now, let's get back to the show because I want to ask you, I know you can't give me anything, but like...
I can give you something.
Give me something. Okay, so what's the worst trouble you've seen this season?
Okay, the worst trouble. You know what? That's the one thing. They keep saying like, oh, this season's going to be darker than last season on the show. No! That's a lie. That's a marketing tool. Stop
it.
No, for sure. Like last season there was somebody who was a skin wearer.
Yeah,
like they would
a serial killer. I'm not comfortable
dark.
with that.
Like it doesn't get much darker than wearing someone else's skin, and we don't go anywhere near that this year. I don't think.
Okay.
So there's a revisited trouble from the past, I believe, from the pilot episode of the show. Nicole DeBoer.
Everybody's going through their Rolodexes
Yeah,
now.
Nicole DeBoer comes back to revisit that one, which is pretty cool. There is a blood trouble this season. And this season goes more into the mythology of the main characters than sort of the standalone troubledom.
Which they kind of set up towards the end of last season.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, were you a fan or have you become a fan? What's your story?
I've known one of the executive producers for about 10 or 15 years.
Yeah.
He's a really good friend of mine.
Sean Pillar.
Sean Pillar.
Yeah. Right.
And so we're very good friends in LA. And so I'd been at...
Is that how we got you?
Well, sort of. I mean, I'd done a movie with Lucas. I'd known Emily forever from all the sci-fi stuff.
Right.
And Eric, because he's a friend of Sean's, we've all hung out for a long time.
Right.
And when this role came up, when they wrote it, they said, you'd actually we could actually cast you
Right.
if you want to come and do it. And I was like, for sure. Because I'd been at every premiere and finale party that they've had at Sean's house
Yeah.
in LA. So I'd known,
It's like old home week here.
yeah, I'd known all the writers and I'd known all the cast. So it was really fun to sort of step, because I did a show for 6 years. You become sort of a family with them. And so to step out of that, it's nice to sort of step into another family.
Right, but no uniform this time.
No, it's been fantastic.
Yeah.
In fact, this may or may not be the costume I'm wearing in one of the episodes.
Dun, 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 dun. I think it's the finale. I'm going to finale for 500 Alex?
Might be. Spoiler alert.
No, but listen, you look like a good guy.
Don't I?
Again, right? That's
Don't
a
I?
good guy outfit.
Corduroy pants. That's if nothing says good guy, I like corduroy.
He's a great guy, and I think I'm really gonna like William. One fella I'm not so sure about is that Dave. We'll chat with Mr. Dunsworth about his shifty character after the break, but first, let's dole out some free stuff. Up for grabs, the complete 3rd season of Haven. It's a 4-disc box set with a slew of awesome bonus features. Plus, from the CNBC TV prize vault, it's a Haven poster signed by all 3 stars. You gotta love that. And all you need to do to get in on the winning is answer this question correctly. Which Nova Scotia-born star of The Listener will be a guest star on Haven in Season 4? We told you earlier, so hopefully you'll recall. Once you've got the answer, hit the website. It's www.cnbc.com. Click on the TV Free Stuff button and submit your answer. Good luck to you, and we'll be right back. Welcome back to our Haven special. We've arrived on set for the last day of filming Season 4. That's right, this series shoots on film, which accounts for the beautiful look on screen. Hey, and you know, all reports have this pegged as being the most action-packed season yet. I can't wait to see how it all unfolds. Now, just because they're set to wrap here on Haven, that doesn't mean the stars aren't going to stay busy. I mean, take Eric Balfour, for instance. He has 5 projects listed in production, including Adam McDonald's thriller, Backcountry. That's currently shooting in Ontario, where Eric stars alongside rookie Blue star Missy Peregrine. He'll even reunite with the Chief, Nicholas Campbell. That film's due out next year. Be sure to follow Eric on Twitter at Eric Balfour for all the latest, and check out his cool clothing company too. That's at Electric and Rose. It's dedicated to functionality and movement without sacrifice of form or spirit. It's very cool stuff, and that is some sweet form. As for Emily Rose, if you're not already following her, please do so at Emily Rose LA. She's always so great about posting cool pics from the set, including this one from the finale shoot, and also Haven's newest citizen, her beautiful baby boy Miles. And Twitter was ablaze a few weeks ago when Emily's movie for the Hallmark Channel, The Thanksgiving House, premiered. Check your local listings for the next time it plays, and visit our website for DVD release info when it's available. You'll also find hot off the presses, Emily Rose's favorite 4 feature. We're so thrilled to have it. Now, if you want to talk beyond busy, well, you need look no further than John Dunsworth. With over 50 on-screen roles and countless stage productions to his credit, this award-winning Bridgewater, Nova Scotia native is in high demand. And this year may just be his busiest yet. Returning to the role of Mr. Leahy for the Trailer Park Boys web series and the feature film TPB3 Don't Legalize It, that's due out in April. And then on the other end of the character spectrum, he's been playing a priest in Tom Fitzgerald's series Forgive Me, now running on the Super Channel. All that and more, coupled with the role we're here to chat about, one half of the Haven Herald's publishing empire, Dave Teague's. But first, a song.
And silvern voices tune thy rills. We love thee, smiling land. We love thee, we love thee. We love the newfound land. I love that song so much.
Oh my gosh, you're a Renaissance man. Could I go that far?
Sure, jack of all trades.
It's true.
Mm-hmm.
Very handy with some tools. Fantastic on screen.
Well, thank you so much.
It's true. Okay, and now devious is what I call Dave.
I'm devious.
Is that fair?
Well, see,
I've not trusted you from day one. I'm just going to put it out there now. I know I'm going to get letters. People are emailing me, Dave's great.
No, you know, I agree with you. And for until till the end of this season, I have played him right down the middle. I didn't want him to be too much of a sook.
Right.
You know, because he wears glasses. I'm not trying to, you know, and because...
Generalize.
Yeah, and because he's diminutive compared to his big brother.
Yes.
And And I always thought they had something in store. Now, you people think that maybe the writers and our producers are keeping something from you. Well, they've kept it from us, too.
Is that true?
They don't tell us anything.
When you took this part, you knew nothing other than I'm a newspaper guy. Is that true?
Well, I read Stephen King's novel.
Yes.
Or novelette, I should say.
And those two characters figured in very prominently.
Yes, but they did not expose themselves either and didn't go on record saying anything. They made Audrey figure it all out for herself.
Right.
You know, I thought there's so many things that dovetail in life, and one of the things that dovetail in this season, I hope I'm not giving anything away. Maybe I shouldn't, but.
Okay, so let me ask you this then. Working in your own hometown, I mean, you've been extraordinarily busy. What's that like? Because a lot of actors have to travel. They're going here, they're going there, but you kind of run the show down here.
Well, no, I don't, but I'm part of a dynasty because Molly is on the set as a stand-in and as an actress. Zoe does casting for Haven. Sarah, my daughter, is an actress, and she's a costume designer right now. She just finished Trailer Park Boys.
Right.
And she did Hobo with a Shotgun with Molly.
Right, that's right.
And Jeffrey, my son, does stunts and builds stage sets and carpentry. And so... we don't run the show, though, because we're just a small cog. But
the Dunsworth Dynasty, though, I can see that on, like, billboards and T-shirts.
Coming up, grandkids and everything like that.
Nice.
You never know. Red Grave, here we come.
Come on.
Yeah, how about this? What I always knew it was beautiful down here. I always loved Hubbard's Cove.
Right.
And I know stories that'll take your breath away and make you cry about true things. Look, for example, in this church, less than 1 week ago, a friend of mine was buried. I was on set. I couldn't go to the funeral. His grandchild was there. She's maybe 4 months old, 5 months old. She was quiet all through the funeral, but at the end of the service, when they sang Hallelujah, the baby sang along. The baby cried to Hallelujah, like not a crying cry,
yes.
Which is really neat when you think about episode 13 and the baby cry in it. I'm allowed to say that.
Are you?
I'm sure I'm allowed to say that. How? People are going to say, oh, I can't wait till... I figured it out. There's a baby crying, so Audrey must have had a baby. No, Audrey. It was Duke. No, just kidding.
I love this, though.
Duke's had a baby.
We'll start the wagering poll now.
Okay.
What does the baby mean?
Yeah.
Right?
I'm just saying there's so much magic all around us, and all my life I have looked at this place down here because my father used to truck us 10 kids down to our house 10 miles away from here every summer.
Right.
And I spent my summers, and I always knew how beautiful it was, and I always wondered why nobody capitalized on it. And now people are. Like the other day, less than 2 weeks ago, Beethoven, a big movie, was shooting a half a mile from my house, and this was shooting a half a mile the other side of my house.
It's awesome.
I know.
Yeah.
He is awesome. In addition to all his series, features, stage work, and touring, Mr. Dunsworth also teaches acting, and he gave me a crash course following our interview, which we've got posted on the site. Be sure to check it out. And no, I'm not going to quit my day job. If you're in Canada and looking to get hooked on Haven or have a hankering to watch an episode again, head to showcase.ca/Haven. You'll find full episodes and so much more there. Hey, and here's some news for our show. Now you can watch CNB Scene and all the other great Community One programming anytime you want. Simply click the On Demand button on your fiber-op TV remote and follow the steps on your screen. And be sure to visit our website at cnbscene.com for all kinds of Haven exclusives and special features, including the Haven Crew Who's Who and a brand new to the site chat with Haven executive producer Matt McGinnis.
Well, that's going to do it for our special Haven edition of CNB Scene. We'll see you next time.